Get ready for your daily dose of marketing strategies and tactics from entrepreneurs with the guile and experience to help you find success in any marketing capacity. You're listening to Marketing School with your instructors, Neil Patel and Eric Su.
Welcome to another episode of Marketing School. I'm Eric Su.
And I'm Neil Patel.
And today we're going to talk about the top marketing tools that both Neil and I use to run our business. So in this case, I think it would be better for us to maybe separate them to talk about the stack that I have and then the stack that Neil has to make our businesses work. So, I have a service-based business. I have a marketing agency. So the tools that I can't live without, you've heard me talk about in the past. Drip is the email service provider that I use. It's a simple, lightweight version of, you can call it a lightweight competitor to Infusionsoft, where you're allowed to tag people and then move people into different sequences. And also you can connect different integrations as well. And I believe they have a free plan as well. So you can go to growtheverywhere.com/drip if you want to access that. And then the other tools that I can't live without, Lead Pages. So Lead Pages they actually own Drip. They purchased them a couple months ago. But if I need to get landing pages up on the fly, if I need to get lead digits up, for example, when we do giveaways and things like that on this podcast, we use lead digits so people can opt in using their mobile device. And, I also am able to, get up lead boxes, which are good for my content upgrades to increase my conversion rates when I'm writing blog posts. So those are two tools that are important. And then for us, we also use Hubstaff. Hubstaff is our time tracking tool. My team comes into the office Monday through Wednesday, and then Thursday, Friday, we're remote. But for us, it's important to track hours to see what our effective utilization rate is as an agency. We need to see what's going on there so then we can figure out how to adjust at the end of each month. And then we also use Slack as well. And within Slack, we have a lot of different integrations where we're able to see, hey, this new blog post came out, or we just closed a deal right here, or a new lead just came in. So it is kind of our hub center for communication. And then in addition to that, I can just go on and on, but I'm just going to give you one more before I hand it off to Neil. But Zapier has been huge for us because we use so many different web applications. Zapier allows our Salesforce IQ to communicate with our Slack. So when a new lead comes in, or if our proposal tool, if a deal closes, it goes into Slack as well. Same thing with the RSS feed. If a new podcast or new blog post comes out, it'll go to the general room and I'll say, hey guys, let's help promote this. That way, we're automating as much as we can. So Zapier, for the $99 that you pay for it each month, it saves you a lot of time and it makes your business move faster. Neil?
So on our end, the most common one that everyone knows about is Google Analytics. We check it daily, multiple times a day. And we look at trends from hour by hour if we're growing or if we're not, right? Because if we're not growing, then we need to try to do something like promote something on our Facebook fan page or Twitter again to see if we can get the numbers up, or maybe even do an email blast. As for emails, we use Infusionsoft. We love their marketing automation. It's really hard to use. We pay a consultant $10,000 a month just to help us with Infusionsoft, but it makes, all the money back plus more. In addition to Infusionsoft, we need another software called Plus This, which helps us put countdown timers within our Infusionsoft campaign, and it makes our clicks within the emails to the website actually go up quite a bit. Another thing that we end up using on our end is Ahrefs on a daily basis just to see what people are doing from a competitive standpoint when it comes to link building, what they're not doing. We also use BuzzSumo to figure out what topics that are worth blogging on, what ones aren't. Last but not least, we use Buffer to schedule, right? So we're really engaged on social media. If you're not engaged on social media, you're not going to get as much traffic. What we found is most people focus on fans, and that's great. But if you just spend like 7-8x the time engaging on social media, you'll notice you'll get like 2 to 3x the traffic, and it's easier to engage than it is to build up the fan base to like triple or quadruple.
Great. And I'm just looking at a few more on my side, and Neil, you can rattle some off after too. So Google Tag Manager is important for us because we use the Facebook pixel, we use Google retargeting pixels and other tools, such as Crazy Egg, for example, where you might have to add a snippet of JavaScript. So Google Tag Manager, it's free to use, and you just add it to your site, and then in the past, like 5 to 6 years ago, I'd have to ask developers, hey, we have to put in a ticket. Can you add this tag here? Can you remove this tag? And it would just sometimes take weeks to get done because developers, they have other priorities and they don't want to worry about tags. So, depending on your organization, if there's enough trust in your marketing team, then Google Tag Manager, I'd say that's an easy shoe-in. And in addition to a tool like Buffer, we use Edgar. So Edgar allows us to schedule things in perpetuity or based on a schedule. So we don't have to keep sending the same stuff out over and over. So for example, I interview Neil. His story is evergreen. His story is never going to change. So why don't I just keep sharing his story and other people's stories from my other podcasts? And I do that. Edgar allows me to do it and saves my team time. So, we just schedule it in once and it just keeps showing over and over and over. And, maybe every quarter we'll go back in there, we'll audit what's no longer relevant, take it out. And then what else? AdExpresso is good for us. And same thing with AdExpresso basically allows us to make lots of permutations of Facebook ads very quickly. And I do like the way the reporting is set up for Facebook ads. And then there's also the AdWords editor, which allows you to edit ads at scale. And then in addition, I know Neil and I, we both use EverWebinar for, once we have live webinars that work, we plug them into EverWebinar and, they do well for us. Neil?
I also use PicSnippet. It allows me to do really creative email images. So it could be me holding up a sign and it automatically puts in your name into the email, or me holding up a letter and it'll dynamically put your name in the email. So when you open it up, it looks way more personalized. I also use SEMrush a lot. It's just a really good competitive intelligence tool, probably one of the best ones out there. I use that daily as well. The other thing that I like doing is, and I don't really have a great tool for this, I put a query at the end of my Google search results. I don't know exactly what it is, but if you Google it, I'm copying and pasting, this ends up telling me your rankings site-wide, countrywide, right, or nationally, because there's different data centers. And when you put in this ampersand, let's say you want to do a search in Brazil, it'll end up telling you your rankings in Brazil. I wish I knew the query. I don't. But it's just some URL thing that you put at the end, and you can then track your rankings throughout the world, even if you're not in those regions. Because what happens is if you're in the US and you're searching in the UK, the results are going to be quite a bit different unless you use this query. But if you just Google how to search on Google UK while you're in the US and see accurate results, they'll end up showing you the operator.
All right. Last but not least, another competitive intelligence tool is AdBeat. So AdBeat will allow you to see, over 180 days, 365 days, how your competitors are spending. You can see what publishers they're going to most, approximately how much they're spending. I wouldn't put too much weight into that, but you can see the trend lines. Are they spending significantly more? Are they ramping up or not? With these competitive intelligence tools, I really just like looking at the trends over time, because those are generally pretty accurate versus, sometimes they'll say, oh, this site gets X amount of traffic or, spends Y amount. Those usually aren't that accurate. So there's a lot of tools here. Just pick one or two that you think really resonate with you, and we will see you in tomorrow's episode.
This session of Marketing School has come to a close. Be sure to subscribe for more daily marketing strategies and tactics to help you find the success you've always dreamed of. And don't forget to rate and review so we can continue to bring you the best daily content possible. We'll see you in class tomorrow, right here on Marketing School.